Fallen Banner is coming up in less than 3 weeks, and obviously we don't know who's going to be part of it quite yet. So this is, I think, a great time for me to think about that. Of course, early May I'm going to do my traditional, I say that because I've done it once, 3-month long guessing game, and I'll throw my stats up to show how well I did in April. It wasn't well. But this May, June, July one is going to be a brand new, fresh start that I think is going to be a lot better. However, normally I'll just be picking characters from games. For Fallen Heroes, it's a much different beast because they can be from any game and they can mix and match games for this mainline banner. So this is going to be a great video to show who I think qualifies, why, what theme I'm going for. What you see here will be my results in the predictions video, but this will at least give you a little bit of why I think it's going to be them. So starting off, there are a lot of characters who still qualify because we've seen through Delphia that things like mind control count, things like the character dying and coming back count, the witches count like Celica, and that one specific alternate future. It's really people going dark side willingly or not. So we have a lot of characters who fit into these branches. I think we're going to start getting some from many different games. Like last time, Three Houses stuff in the Morgans, I believe was last year. Maybe I'm mixing up the last 2 years, but I think that the spread is going to start going to many different games all at once, not just 2 or 3. I'll open it up with the very first game. I think that Elise is going to be mind-controlled as being a fallen hero. It's honestly just a really common trope in Fire Emblem for siblings to be mind-controlled, or siblings of the lords, or parents of the lords, or other people in important positions being mind-controlled by villains. And I think that they're going to use Elise for that in the next Fallen Heroes banner. I feel like that one's maybe a risky guess, but also not that crazy. I also thought that maybe going somewhere newer, we'd get 2 characters from Fates, those being Kana, the female variant, because male Corrin got the first Fallen ult. So I think that female Kana will, and then next year, not on the same banner, we'll get the opposite. So female Kana loses herself to her dragon, just like Corrin did. We got the Morgans. And the other character from Fates, I think we'll get is Sumeragi, the father of the Hoshiden royals. We know that he's a great guy, but we have to fight him at one point in Vala, during the whole Vala arc, where really any parent counts, but Sumeragi's the one that has the most story relevance, I think, and the most direct personal ties to a lot of the characters on our team at that point. But also Sumeragi's not in the game yet, and that seems weird to introduce someone as a fallen hero, except that's what Merida did. So it's really not impossible, and it'd be really cool to have a fallen samurai, I think. We've had swordsmen before, but I mean specifically the whole samurai outfit, samurai getup. And Fallen did start with some Fates characters, so I don't think it's impossible that it stays there. They've been getting Fates characters regularly throughout the years, and I don't think it's wrong to say that they won't stop quite yet. And then headlining the banner is a popular character. He's here by popular request, and probably a stupid person to stake my bets on, but I'm going with Risen King Crom. He has an existing design in Cypher. He's got a very consistent fan base asking for him to be added, and even though it would kind of break my heart to see him, I would definitely summon for him. Now, we don't by any means need another swordsman Crom, so maybe he'll drop the whole, I don't even know what the bone falchion is called. It's like the falchion made out of bones. Fallen falchion, dark falchion, edgy falchion, whatever it is. Even though it looks cool, I think they could repurpose a similar design into something like a spear or a lance or something like that. But I think he's got a really good shot at showing up. He's adorned in his Plagian crown, and I think it shows that he still has that same Crom-style confidence and desire to lead well, as well as the ability to lead people well. But obviously he's now doing it through and for Grima instead of for what is right, and Crom's the champion of Naga, whereas the Risen King Crom is a champion to Grima, so it'd be nice to see that. Lucina and Inigo never got to face Risen King Crom before, so it'd be great to see a Forging Bonds where they have to respond and answer to this guy existing. But at the same time, I think that Lucina showing up to fight him would be hard, because there's no way that she didn't mention it in Awakening. So it would have to be very, like, Heroes canon specifically. They shouldn't use Heroes to canonize other games, you know? But still, I think that he really fits the feeling of a fallen hero, the emotion that a fallen hero conveys. I mean, he's dark, he's messed up, he's not in the right place. I'd love to see Crom come in all of that fallen hero glory. I'm a little worried that they would just make him purple with red eyes and, like the purple smoke coming off of him. But they went really hard with Edelgard, so it makes sense that they might give the same love to Crom. And it's also a stupid pick for me to say because, yeah, he got an alt in February and he's getting an alt in August. But the August one doesn't count because that's only because we forced IS to do it. But still, would they do Devotion Crom at the same time as they do Risen King Crom? Yes. The reason is because the Day of Devotion banner is not about love or Valentine's Day. It is about dead fathers. Every single year that they've done it, it has been deceased parents. That has been true for Hector and Ellawood, meeting Roy and Liliana for the festival. It's been true for Ike and Grail, Alm and Rudolph. I mean, they're always doing it. Well, this is the exact same thing. This banner was Lissa and Owen. Lissa's dead. And then Lucina and Crom is dead. And then Crom took with him female Robin, who's from another world, that he wanted to let her have a good time, and male Robin as his duo partner, who he's going to the festival with as his friend, looking for Lucina. But the irony is that now we have Crom and the Robins going to the festival together. Robins are the people who kill Crom. So it's a dead dad banner to the extreme, where now the duo hero is the dead dad and the man who made him a dead dad. And it's a really sad concept, but it's what they've always done. And the best time to put up Risen King Crom is right after they very cleverly and not so subtly addressed the whole Crom is dead in the other timeline thing. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm hearing it. 2 Crom alts in the same year is already crazy, and there's no way they're doing a third one. But at the same time, maybe. I'm putting my guess there. I know it's stupid, but that's what I'm doing. And for the GHB, I can see it being no one other than Miklon. There's a lot of people I can see it being other than Miklon, but Miklon is perfect for a different type of fallen unit. He is the oldest son of a king who was born crestless. And he wasn't a bad person inherently, but because he was treated horribly for being crestless, he became a horrible person. And he's done some pretty terrible acts. When he dies, it still hurts Sylvain. We still see that pain. And Sylvain always wishes that crests weren't as important as they are. And that's kind of the whole point of Blue Lions in treating that. And trying to fix that slowly through hope and love and generations of peace and whatever. Miklon is one of the first people to set in stone what will be one of the themes to the endings of the Blue Lions route. So not only do I think that he's going to be a fallen hero, I think he's going to be the free one, of course. But I think that he's going to set into stone like why fallen heroes really matter. He might be transforming. I could see him being a lance or a transforming unit. We have had free transforming units before, but for the demonic beasts, that might not be how they want to introduce demonic beasts aside from Edelgard into the game. But it's hard to tell. It might be worth it. Most likely we'll just get the lance. And if you can't tell, I did make Fallen Family my theme for this Fallen banner. And then I went through a few different roads of Fallen units. Miklon being the could have been a good guy but turned out terribly. Crom as he was a good guy but he's dead and this is his body acting on its own mostly. Kanna's a hero who lost control. Elise is completely mind controlled and had no say in her actions. And Sumeragi's the weird Fatesy one that only really works for Fates, where they're in Vala and partially mind controlled by a non-ghost but also partially free to do as they please themselves. Up here are my thoughts for the Fallen banner, and I'll share that. That will be part of my May predictions, but again, explaining all of this in that video would really drag it out when the rest of it's just going to be banner predictions and it'll be pretty self-explanatory. So I wanted to get this as its own separate thing. There are a lot of other people who could be fallen heroes, a lot of other themes that would work if they did theme it. They don't necessarily need to. This is just a guess. Take it with a gigantic grain of salt, but for now, let me know what you think about any and all of it. Thank you.